Slipknot doing Slipknot things. Welcome back, and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. Now, if you're new here, welcome. Hello, how are you? If you aren't new here, welcome back. How are you? How's the family? How are the kids? How's the truck? Whatever applies. Today's going to be a fun but risky one. I am not sure how stringent the copyrights are on a Slipknot song to do a reaction to. I'm going to imagine quite intense. But if you're watching this right now, it means we did it. Yay us. Well, it means we either got lucky or I had to cover up some parts of the video, which I hate doing because I want you to see the song and the video and the reaction in the way that the band intended us to watch that, which is as a full piece, or the video or the audio. It's not always up to me. I do my best. I don't like putting in the effort and you guys getting excited and wanting a reaction. I can't show it to you. So I do what I can. Compromises where necessary. Love Slipknot. Have always loved them. My older brother Jared is kind of my musical muse. He's the guy who guided me at a young age and still does to this day through new bands, always introducing me to new stuff. Slipknot was one of those bands. It was originally with Wait and Bleed, and followed them since. Massive fan, obsessed with that Disaster Piece DVD. That live concert was amazing. And I've followed them intermittently throughout. Excuse the construction. Not much I can do about it. We'll pretend it's part of the atmosphere. But yeah, I've been following them, listening to some of their new stuff. I've liked pretty much just about everything I've heard. It's because I like the band. I have this emotional attachment to them. So this will be more me just kind of enjoying this than trying to pick it apart. I'll listen out for what I can. Excited. This is a song called The Dying Song, in brackets, Time to Sing. And it's off a upcoming album, I believe, called The End So Far. I think it comes out in like September or something like that. So super amped for that. We'll definitely be getting it. And I haven't seen Slipknot live. My brother has. Super jealous. I really want to. And hopefully this gets me on a train to revisiting some of their older stuff again, and hopefully builds up to a UK concert sometime soon. Before the jackhammers get too intense, let's start this one. Without further ado, Slipknot, The Dying Song, Time to Sing. Let's see what you got. Dreamy.
Put your hands into the water, let your mouth go sick and dry. Put your life into your death now, let them sing till you die. Die, 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 die. You radical, rather than rhetorical, Babylonian oracle. Why am I always in your debt? Father and the Son and the Holy Ghost, communist, comatose. Show me all the ways that are a man. The middle of a nuclear winter is a modern achievement of the retroapocalyptic horde. Satan, you must be mistaken. There are no more Satans, only the fathers of the born. Forget.
Hang on. My boys are back, huh? Love. Interesting starts. Just from the video wise, it kind of reminded me of a bit of a nod back to Unsainted, I think that's what it's called, where the lady had kind of the veil on and it was the young and old lady, and then you saw that there with kind of that similar approach. I wonder if that's a continuation. I'm not sure. Let's go back one more. Slipknot doing Slipknot things, man. What are you going to do? They are just... And talk about a band kind of owning a sound, owning a melody and rhythm and intensity. Well, they do just that, and they have done for as long as I can remember. For as long as I've cared enough about music. Love this. Absolutely love how they did this. I'm sure that singing piece in the beginning is going to feature later. It's that melodic foreshadowing. I'm pretty sure that that's going to turn into something, possibly a chorus, where we're going to be able to hear a little bit more of that extended, see what musical bits lie behind it instead of that drone effect that they've got. We know they've got DJ, got Sid, so it's going to be a lot of those kind of... It's nicer to know that there's a person versus a producer behind, not that it isn't produced, of course, but behind some of that droney synth work and stuff like that. It's more purposeful. It feels like it's more an instrument than it does just atmosphere in the back. I really like that. They do what they do best, man. They hit in that 4/4, just that solid, man. You can just hear the intense kick work. That's the thing. It's the aggression, the agility of the drummer, as always. But shout out Joey, man. R.I.P. But just knowing that they've still got that kind of energy to them. When a band's been playing for this long, you kind of wonder if their style is going to change too much, and they've definitely amended and tweaked things. But that aggression with the guitar chugging away, just shout out Palm Mute Gang, and then being able to offset with little slides and pulls and stuff like that, it's very, very, very intense. I love his intense vocals on top of the way he was slowing it down later. They've also got that raw percussion that has always been prevalent, always going to be, the two percussionists, and it almost sounds industrial. It's that banging and clanging. You can almost hear like the rims of it. Love. Shout out. I'm talking fast. I'm excited.
A nuclear winter is a modern achievement of the retroapocalyptic horde. Satan, you must be mistaken. There are no more Satans, only the bosses of the board. Forget, deny, ignore, nice try, it's you. Regret, rely, remorse inside of you. Yeah.
No. We're listening to that again. If you're new here, we pause. We hopefully add value. We continue. Interesting there. I mentioned on quite a few metal songs, there's this idea, this way of keeping continuous flowing between some of those picking pieces. But what they did there is they did two of them. So if you look at it as a phrasing of 4, they did 2, and then they went into the palm muted bit and ended with that loop again. So you don't lose the continuation of the start and stop, the continuous flow between the ending of a phrase and the beginning of the next set of phrases, but you get to break it up in the middle so it doesn't feel like it's too repetitive. Super smart, man.
Ignore, nice try, it's you. Regret, rely, remorse inside of you. Yeah. Maybe you're like down too low.
Dissonance.
Down too low.
Stop in there and going to continue from here. This is a jam. The Jammer Jams. Now listen here. Jammer Jam. Jam. It sounds like an 80s techno album, that Jam of Jams. This is fire. I like what... So listen. They've never been short on melodic... Or just melody. Let's just call it melody. They've never been short on powerful choruses. Corey's ability to go between singing and screaming has been something that has been industry-led. Like, people have tried to... I remember driving in cars with my brother, just screaming out the window with their music playing, just so we could practice getting our screams better. Huge influence in my life, massively. Not just through Slipknot, of course, side projects, Stone Sour, all these other things, but... that's a really nice, it didn't lose the intensity, even though they went into a much more melodic chorus piece there. And what we heard in the beginning, I was right, but it wasn't part of the chorus. It was essentially a post-chorus, a little bit of an outro to that. Some people call that a bridge is normally used only once, but a post-chorus will latch onto it, and it'll be your looping factor back into a verse. Allows you to have a step change in intensity and amplitude, volume, so that you can get people to either take a step back or step up, and you can change their energy. It's part of a listening profile. I really want to do a video on structures and why they are typically the way they are and the basis of which they built. That was incredible. Love that chorus piece. Very cool. The nice screaming, if you listen very carefully, if you just try and... I move around a lot, so if I sit up a little, I can try and listen over the top of his singing, and you can hear the screaming at the back just pushing against it. I highly, if you're a musician, or if you just have an immense interest in music, I highly encourage you to practice active listening. The idea of trying to pull things out. Imagine being in a room and you see someone across the room, and you focus on their lips, and you can actually start to hear their voice, even though they're not close enough. It's more of a whisper. That's the same. It's the same principle applied to this, and it's like a muscle. You can practice it. I've been doing it for many, many years, and I have a long way to go. Love it. A little Victor Wooten over here. Oh, did you hear that break again? Get in. You know what I love about, like, there's a lot of groups that have, oh, I'm so excited. This is ridiculous, man. I'm a child, but I'm happy. Here's the thing. I'm getting so close to the mic. Editing this volume is going to be a nightmare. Easily distracted. Where was I? Having a DJ in a group can sometimes be gimmicky, and I think Slipknot have always been one of those purposeful bands. Everything they've done has had a reason, has had a purpose. The amounts of members, and they've themselves said that, like, you know, there's this like kind of introductory gimmicky elements of having that many members and them all certain doing things, but they fulfill such a brilliant function. And when you see them perform live, and I've only seen, of course, live videos, and I'd love to be at a concert one day, you understand that this isn't just about music. It's also about the show, but it's also about the purposeful moments within that. So even if there's a small moments in which they're hitting a drum with a quite literally like the side of a bin with a baseball bat, that cling, that audio comes out, and it needs to be there. You can't imagine it never being there. And it's actually something that people who don't have a lot of musical background or experience is what you latch onto, because it's that high frequency ping. There's all this purposeful stuff. Same with their DJ. He's remarkable in his talent, and the placements of everything, the level of it, the bravery back in the day of just putting it at a level where it needed to be so that you could hear it brilliantly. And it, like I said, it becomes another instrument. Slipknot doing Slipknot things. That is a great place to stop. I will go back because I want to hear the build up. Get your words together, boy. Is that his old mask that he's like got on a head, like, because he had the hood on, you know, in the Saints? Is that his old mask that he's like kind of carrying around with him? It's cool as hell. The theater of this is brilliant, and it's not just in the visuals. I think it's important to note. Love how he transitioned that kind of speak-sing bit into more of a scream there. Musically, it felt like space opened up. Audio, any music, everything, no matter what song or genre, it all has the same size canvas, but the ability to paint with different colors, layers, push things up and down, make them warm, cold. If you can visualize all of these things, you realize that they do a remarkable job of not only writing and producing and editing and mixing and mastering, but just the concept of filling that canvas with so much color and then taking bits away, turning them shades of black and gray. It's beautiful to me. Music is a very visual thing for me, which I think for maybe some people it isn't. Love this immensely. No, we're not done yet. Are we? And that was in the beginning. They still got it. They still got it. I don't see anyone else having done a reaction to it. I'll normally try and shout out somebody else. That was fire, man. You know, I am biased, I will say. I'm a big Slipknot fan, always have been. You know, I'm quite honest with myself, whether I love something or whether it's okay. But I don't think there's, to that point, I don't think there's love and hate. I think there's lots of areas in the middle, in between. It stands out as very powerful. It stands out as very Slipknot. It stands out as something that I expect from them, but they deliver it so brilliantly that I can't help but love it. And that's probably the best way to explain it. There was a lot of nice like phase work in there. Like when you think about a guitar pedal with an actual phaser, and makes that kind of spacey, wobbly sound. Phasing, traditionally, you could actually phase out audio if you invert the wave almost, well, if you invert the wave identically and then place it over itself, you wouldn't hear anything. You'd be phasing it out completely. So you get some of that. I like that kind of element to it. A lot of patience, ironically, in a song that's so erratic, because what you end up with is a song that ends so sharply. And I said, well, we're not done yet. Surely we're not done yet. Turns out we are. And that's incredible. And it brings me to one more point I want to make before I just shut up and let you guys go and enjoy the original version without me talking over it. Is they know how to put shows together, songs together. They're masters of albums too. If you listen to an album, it's this journey, right? So there, where it ends with that kind of like, it feels like you're in a spa. It's that gentleness after all that brutalism. And I would be very shocked if that didn't on the album link directly into another song, potentially another hit, potentially something. Maybe it's a step change. Who knows at this point? But I can tell you that I'm super jacked about that. Very excited. Loved this reaction. Brought back a lot of nostalgia and memories for me. Music's supposed to move you, touch you, make you feel. And that made me feel amped, energized, but also very excited and very grateful for my brother and his influence in my life. So Jared, I love you. You're the best, dude. You mean the world to me. I tell you all the time. I'm sure you're sick of it by now, but grateful for you, dude. And yeah, man, I hope you guys enjoy this as much as I do, not just this song, but all these reactions. I do my best. I put a lot of time and effort in. I always think before I do a song, I never just wake up and do a song. I do them during lunch, and I give a lot of thought to songs and bands, and being in a mindset where I feel like I can add value. I think if there's anything missing from the reaction scene, it's people maybe just having another think about where they can add significant value. And I'm not for everybody. I understand that. God, I'm not for most. Sometimes I'm not even for me. So I get it. I know you guys are like, I get it. I got to live with me too, you know? That's how it is. Love that one. Looking forward to more. The end so far. Bring it. I'm ready. Until next one, please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.